Hello everyone, Luke Smith here. Hope you're having a good Monday so far. And today we're going to do another letter reading. This one is from Eels and the Eggman. Basically, a person asked Chris Chan some questions, like a Q&A, and Chris replied. How I'm going to do this is I got the questions on my phone. I copied and pasted the text in a Google document, and I'm going to read the questions off my phone and the answers from the computer, so you'll be seeing the computer answers there. So I just read the first bit here. It says, "Dear Chris Chan, thank you for your response and for answering my questions. I hope it is well with you and that you are doing okay in spite of the circumstances. I'm to hear your case received a second continuance, which was true, 3rd of February 2022. The continuances. I'm glad you say Bella for what she really is. Hopefully karma bites her in the arse. But we have some more questions." So I've already read previous questions from him. So let me just click this OBS off, and Chris responded to that first bit. Rest assured, a lot more than karma shall bite Bella's ass on around Judgment Day. He's still talking about Judgment Day, meaning if he's found guilty, Judgment Day will happen. Let me just do that. My phone might switch off. Also, numerologically wise, 13 is not as unfortunate as most will consider it to be. Neither is 666. 1 plus 3 equals 4 from the 13. And repeating sixes are actually a message from the angels. Look up a numerology chart online for more information. Meanwhile, your present questions. And the first question was, have you played basketball, and has it been fun? We know you used to have a basketball team. You used to be a basketball team manager in high school. Is it nostalgic? Is Bionic the given SIC you any good pointers? And Chris replied to that. Let me just move my knife out of the way so I can put this on the table a bit more. There we are. Chris responded to that. I had played a bit of basketball in the rec room, but the rec room had been restricted from me for a while now. I bet you if you started fucking that place up. So I wish is also a response. Nostalgic, yes. Bionic has given me some tips, and playing a game with him without flying is fun. Bionic is an OC that he created and think he's real. Number 2, have you ever considered using the library to run Dungeons and Dragons, Vampire the Masquerade, or Shadowrun? These are fun pen and paper RPGs. A buddy of mine was in prison a few years ago and discovered the hobby of RPGs behind bars. I really hate RPGs. Just putting it out there. I do not like RPGs. Pokemon is the only RPG I can do. The others, no, I would not get into the others. I know you're a creative type and good at writing stories. Spelling errors in this is terrible. And think you'd make a good Dragon Master or Games Master. There is not much to do, so I figured it is good entertainment, as I imagine prison/jail is boring. I imagine it's lonely in there, and this could be a good way to make some friends and meet people. I don't think he's allowed to meet people in there. I think they're keeping him away from other people just in case. Not to mention there are a few books that you could read that are likely entertainment. Not as good as video games, but you got to play the hand you are dealt with sometimes. Oh dear, I just drank some like fizzy water and I'm like, oh, gassy. And Chris responded to that. The library is not large enough for Dungeons and Dragons. Yes, I like to read and have considered everything, eventually becoming a Dragon Master for a group. Okay, I'm glad Chris Clan's giving short answers. That was actually a long question, by the way. Number 3 on another long question. I asked about approved items in regards to approved items to see what sort of things that you can get. It sounded like, and correct me if I'm wrong, the jail only takes donations. Yeah, that's the thing, you can't send in the items to the jail he's in, only like money, which I still don't understand why you would send money to a prison for a prisoner. Doesn't make sense. I was curious to know if you knew that there was a handheld console that can be purchased by inmates in the States. Oh god, yeah, can imagine that. The games aren't great on it, but it's something. If that was on your list of approved items, and you could get us a price or something out there, there might have cash or able to send you a monetary sum that would allow you to buy it. Yeah, don't give Chris Clan money, please do not. I did some research and apparently it is possible to get an Xbox in certain states. So yeah, most probably like the old one. Sadly not in Virginia, but I believe that the handheld consoles are still available in all states. Chris responded, money pretty much, yeah, no video game, handhelds or consoles on offer. Yeah, he's still asking for money. Oof. Number 4. What is going on with the suitress? Oh fucking hell. Are you guys done? Some recent updates still sound like she's in love with you. No, she's not. Far as I know, that she wants nothing to do with him. Have you been in contact with her? Do you plan to meet her when you get out, if you get out? Or have you severed ties with her like Bella? Her actions, although extreme, seem to have taken to get you out of Bella's clutches. She apparently still wants to bear you a child. Maybe a conjugal visit can be arranged. I don't think he's not allowed visits in the jail where he's in. What was that? Number 4. Okay, this part you may share online in efforts to reach her on my behalf. I still care about the suitress. I had foreknown of my arrest. No, you fucking didn't. And the circumstances that would pin. What was that? I heard something. That was weird. That would pin her emotions, especially in regards to the nasty plot Bella would have instigated. As a major casualty has been a great concern of mine. I have warned her verbally, spoiler-free, of the ship between her and I likely not lasting long, and there being a risk. I feel for her as well. In my goddess duties during the jail time of my body, I have travelled to her state to visit, heal, and help her from my astral manifestation position. Yeah, he basically like dreamed it up, in other words. Or though my body do wish to contact her, but I really should have written and memorized the phone numbers on my phone. Censored. Number as well. Anything else that may happen between her and I, you all just leave that between her and I. Okay, so that was quite an interesting question. So that was like interesting to read. That one is number 5. What are you looking forward to doing the most when you get out? Playing video games a bit, knowing him. Any big celebratory plans when you're free? Any video games you want to play? Transformers, toys, Legos you want to play with, or movies/TV shows you want to watch? Chris responds, my second coming and transporting the majority and other things to Earth 1C211987 before unleashing Judgment Day on the left behind toxic minority. Other details foreseen and foreknown are to be confirmed. Right, I'm just going to give a quick abridged version. If the court case is really going to go ahead, or the trial, whatever, is really going to go ahead on in February, and he gets off scot-free, he's going to be going back unless they still keep him away from his mother. But if that isn't the case, he'll probably end up going back, sitting on his ass, making videos, making tweets, doing what he did before, possibly rape his mother again. I don't fucking know, but I'm thinking of the worst at the minute with him now. That's why I'm really hoping that he stays in there where his mother is fucking safe, away from him. But we don't know. We cannot predict the future. No one can. You mentioned that you have been... Did I actually read all of that questions? Yeah, I did. Okay. Number 6. You mentioned that you have been to other dimensions. What's heaven like? Have you been there? How does it compare to Crickville? And are there other heaven dimensions that you've been to? Any hell dimensions? Heaven Realms is a hub of commute mostly, and the place no larger than an average metropolis. 3 days on Earth's equals 4 months in heaven. Okay, so 3 days equals 4 months on heaven apparently to him. And hell realms and hell. Do the math. Since my first ascension with my body back in Israel over 2021 years ago, up till present, well over 8 million years has passed there for your Earth's 21 years. So we confirmed that the person sent in the letter is 21 years of age. Counting leap days. A lot has changed with the rules, guidelines, and all between us gods, my mother Emmanuel, revising and deciding in all of that. There's a bit more. And then please understand the nation of Crickville with the cities of Crickville, Newcomer, and other cities, not including DC, stands more than half the states of Virginia. And Crickville is part of the universe that on Earth, also existing alongside New York and the Avengers, Gotham City in Jersey, and Metropolis in Delaware, with the Justice League, Station Square and Quahog in Rhode Island, Springfield in North Central USA, Elmore in California, Gannisduri in Angel Island, being islands in the Atlantic between Canada and the UK, the Smurfs a village in Spain, Inuasha and Kagon and Salkei, along all the others, living in and around Japan. Yeah, cool. Of course, anime worlds exist in Japan, and planet Earth, alongside the other planets and galaxies, including Clomania, or what name that planet in General Pepper lives on. Chris means Corina. Cybertron, ultimately something, I don't know, another anime I'm guessing, Andromeda Galaxy, Planet Dolan, and so on in Diune. Yeah, Planet Dolan, yeah, he thinks that's a real planet. But to answer your question, oh, here we go, the actual answer. The city of Crickville is a tad smaller than that the Heaven Realm. I have visited nearly every single alternate and prime universe, dimension, timeline, and all throughout the entire multiverse and then some. Post-apocalyptic alt timelines are hell enough. Oh god, he's not talking about the Spider-Man multiverse and stuff. Oh fucking hell. Okay, that was a long answer he gave there. So there we are. Number 7, question 7. I wrote a letter to you many years ago about challenging the Amy Rose part of the Sonic Girls into Sally Acorn. Most hardcore Sonic the Hedgehog fans hate and despise Amy Rose as they find her ubiquitous. Unlike Sally Acorn 17, she's badass and intelligent. Your Rose clues are way better than Amy Rose ever was. To the point, were they too much better? It didn't make sense. Grammar, please. They're more closely assembled. Salty. Okay, don't know who that is. Are there any chance with the dimensional merge going on that could happen and the Rose clues could become Acom clues or Sally clues? Maybe there's a Sally Acon clue somewhere in Quickville or in an adjoining dimension. Let's see, number 7. We gotta get number 7. Okay, another kind of long answer. Sally Acorn clues are never happening. Sonic the Hedgehog was the power up on who collided with the Pikachu that manifested in Sonic and Rose Clue's species manifesting chaotic rainbow in February 2003. Only Hedgehog and Pikachu genetics were within that chaos energized rainbow. No squirrels or chipmunks or whatever else in that. In a distant alt timeline, Princess Sally Acorn powered up and destroyed the Kalos that collided with the Pikachu. But that is not in this timeline here. If it's any consolation, there is a regular female Rose Clue who stole her quills, inspired by Sally, and actually became a friend and protege to her. Sal Rose Clue is her name, not short for Sally either. Number 8, question 8 says, have you ever been to the Boondocks universe and met Tom DuBois? He's a lawyer and knows pretty much about people in your situation. Fucking hell, I've heard of the I think it's an anime. I've heard of the Boondocks anime. I've never watched it though. I kind of want to watch it though, to be honest with you. I think it's on like Netflix or something. I tried to watch it. I heard it's a fun watch. He may be helpful and sympathetic to your cause, going to the Transformers Afterlife as well as all the Sparks and recruiting some dead Rama Transformers like Ironhide or Dinobot might also be helpful, so some tough guys have your back. Okay, that was a fun question. And his answer to that, Chris's answer to that, the Freemans, the boys, Ruckus, and all of them reside in a neighborhood on the Earth on the Earth of the Universe 1C211987 as well alongside everyone else. Any and all disembodied souls, spirits, entities, sparks, ghosts, and all have already been recruited in our allyships. Ironhide has been respawned and is alive now. Dinobot has been reincarnated somewhere. Just want to check my thing there. This video is getting kind of long. Number 9. Yeah, I've already read. Okay. Number 9. Any thoughts on YouTubers Dylan Thomas, Gibby, and Smokey McCrack? They make a lot of videos on you more since your arrest. I'm subscribed to all 3, and I always watch all 3 of them. They're pretty good YouTubers who talk about this sort of thing. And his reply was, Dylan Thomas is a minor traitor who failed his divine test. Gibby is alright, and have not curiously learnt of Smokey McCrack yet. That's the thing, because like Smokey McCrack first come about right after Chris Clan's arrest. So yeah, of course you wouldn't know of him. And then he says, I'm going to end this letter with question 10. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, question 10 is long. I'm going to move to question 11. So question 11 was, it seemed like there were items you wanted to go home and get before you went to jail. If you don't mind me asking, what were those items? Maybe we could try and buy you some replacement items and have them ready for you when you get out. That's an interesting question. What were them items? So his answer to that was, I mainly wanted the items and the van. I took with me last weekend in July. We returned to the Sonicu Temple, so he wanted them returned to the temple so he could get them. They all have been personally collected and returned by Barbara Ann Weston Chandler Rose Crew. He calls her Rose Crew now. Okay, well, so that was that. So he just wanted them like returned and stuff. Oh fucking. Number 12. The last one on the list, but we're going back to 10 in a minute. When you are out, do you plan on doing the kill stream with Ethan Ralph like you had agreed at your arrest? He seemed to really want to have you on his show. Oh, fucking hate! I really despise that prick. And his answer was, that is to be confirmed after my second coming, and all that. So there's a picture, by the way. Let's answer number 10 now. What was question 10? You mentioned you're the real player 1, or is it? Oh fucking hell, this is one. What is that? Can you explain a bit more? Just curious. Does it have anything to do with Hyperdimension Neptunia or Ready Player 1, or does this have to do with that Super Nintendo game at the Lawnmower Man? And Chris's answer to that, to question 10, was, fortunately, the same day I received your letter, I received another Q&A from another follower, and that they've asked a similar question. I've given consent for that letter to be posted online, and I have asked a guardian of the something records to field that question of yours, and I've written it all in my goddess log pages as well. I am going to say, for further details, look up the letter online, but for your immediate information, I quote, I said, we probably read this before to be fair, which also transitions to being a real player 1. Yes, I one part that was a reference to the movie, but to serve as a modern alliteration of being the only avatar as well. Ashkelon Guardian said, I reform all of you to be one avatar body, immortal and existent throughout all of time since the Big Bang. There was there was existed the very first body to was the universe. So the very first body was the universe, apparently. In on and only perspective, the video game of life have started, and spawns first and foremost the player one with set main camera perspective on absolutely none other has at all, and after them comes player 2, then 3, and so on. Wait a minute, is this like first person, second person, like first person view on that shit? I don't know. And so on, including the non-playable characters. So yeah, he's still thinking life's a video game, in other words. That's what he's thinking about, like NPCs, that sort of thing. I wonder if he's seen. No, was he still was he in jail when that come out? Free Guy. I believe he was. That come out after he was arrested. I'm pretty sure he was, because I'm thinking that he must have saw that somewhere, but no, he couldn't have. Obliviously unaware of this one avatar that most preceded each and every one of them all. This one avatar with the immortal infinite resuscitation / respawn count and all powers and abilities over all is your god and foretold lord as well. Eventually, after learning everything from Emmanuel, my parent, the avatar was sent to be born in Bethlehem by your Virgin Mary. How the fuck is she a virgin when she was pregnant? Doesn't make sense. That never makes sense to me. In most popular chronicling, dubbed Jesus Christ of Nazareth, God of Mother Emmanuel. Wait a minute. Does that make Barbara Chandler Mary or something? The Virgin. Then I lived my life as Jesus and continued my immortal walks and books of life up until 1389, with the universe divide my being thrusted forward in time through the chaotic rainbow of 2003, bounced off a spider. What? Okay. The avatar landed, mind, memories, body, soul, and all within Barbara and Weston Chandler Sonicu in May 1981. Oh god, yeah, he landed inside her. Fucking hell. Well, it's not the first time he's been inside her, innit? Oh god. To be born as Kristen Weston Chandler Sonicu on February 24th, 1982. Charlottesville, Virginia, United States of America. Eventually growing and evolving to your Jesus Christine Weston Chandler Sonicu as you know her now, to some extent at least. Christ Chan Sonicu has meditated curiously and inquired of her one and only avatar protection, as well as to why she was recalling the greater memories of youth and teenage years of her past as Jesus Christ. Now, if you'd like more greater truths and insights of the Ashlar records are always open to all who are highly enlightened, open and not blinding themselves from said ultimate truth. And if you'd like to know more of what the records are, how you may be able to access them, Google the term. Go forth with further peace, clarity and blessings. Stay safe and well. Mrs. Jesus Christine Weston Chandler Sonicu, the Goddess Blue Heart Avatar and Lord Messiah Saviour God of all. Central Virginia Regional Jail, neither censored nor inspected the item, therefore blah 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 blah. Oh kids, fucking hell. Oh, right, I'm gonna bring this up. What the fuck is this? It just brings up Wikipedia. Okay, it was actually a real thing. Alright, never mind. Get off. Oh god, what are you doing? Oh no. That's fine. I don't care. I've already read it. I must have had that in like a new tab. Oh Jesus Christ. A 30-minute video, by the way. I can delete these questions now. Let me delete the questions. How do you delete the questions? I don't know how. I don't know how you delete the questions. Alright. That was a Q&A video from Chris Can. Like questions by Irene. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another video, which will be on Wednesday. So see you on Wednesday.